Welcome to class. My name is Leon Porter, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some information regarding cosmetology, in the area of shampoo. We're going to learn about the different types of shampoo and that you can use when it concerns cleansing, coloring, and all those different type of things. I've been a cosmetologist. I've licensed as a cosmetologist in 1993. So it's been a long time, as a cosmetologist, but it's something that I enjoy and I'm going to share with you, especially the students out there that are learning cosmetology and the prospective students that are getting into cosmetology. I want to give a big shout out to Sumter Beauty College in Sumter, South Carolina. Mrs. Smith, she was an excellent cosmetology instructor, and all of the cosmetology instructors there, every last one of them. I truly thank God for them because they taught me how to do cosmetology at a early age, right after graduating high school. That's one of the first things that I got into, cosmetology. Because my mother, she was a cosmetology, and I used to, it's like, Mom, don't even ask me. I'm not going into cosmetology school. I played football, I wrestled, ran track. At the time, I thought I was just too macho to get into something, so excellent. It was of excellence, but I didn't look at it as being excellent at the time. And but when she showed me the financial side of things, and that really inspired me to go to cosmetology school, and I did every last hour. Do you hear what I say? I did every last hour at cosmetology school, and passed the boards and got licensed. I worked in Atlanta, Georgia, and did fashion shows and all these different type things. The models, that is, the hair and so forth and so on. And even today, I do my family's hair, my wife, daughter, my daughters, and so forth and so on. So I made sure a clip about that. And if you hear some background noise, that's my pet Tebow. He's, contributing to this broadcast as well. All right, Tebow, behave out there. He's outside having a good time. And I may introduce you to him one day. I don't know what that would have to do with cosmetology, but, maybe I'll show him a small clip of him. All right, this is a lesson, and I will be your cosmetology coach regarding the ins and out of cosmetology. But we're going to start, when it concerns this particular lesson, learning about shampoos and the importance of shampoos. Now, as you're learning cosmetology, make sure that you are a student of excellence. That means you hunger, you desire to learn, and you're there to learn from the cosmetology instructors to the best of your ability and acquire and glean from everything that they're telling you. But in this particular broadcast, I want you to do the same thing. It's recommended that you do the same thing regarding learning about the different aspects of cosmetology. I'm going to be touching bases on some highlights. This is going to be, this particular channel is more like a study buddy. You can rewind and, go throughout the video that you're watching today to catch up on key concepts that you may hear. But these particular broadcasts, I'm going to try not to draw them out, but keep them as to a minimum as possible, to where it will help you from your neck of the woods, from your side of things, learn what you need to learn in this particular study session. So that is what it's all about here today. All right, shampoo. When you hear the word shampoo, what comes to mind? Well, just recently you may have just shampooed your hair. When there's a certain product that you use if your hair is highlighted or colored, or colored or highlighted. You use a color shampoo that will add moisture to your hair and so forth. So that's what we're going to be discussing here. I'm going to touch bases on some key points here. All right, let's get into the lesson. Now, when it concerns becoming, as a student of cosmetology, when you become a professional, but before you become a professional, here's some groundwork that you need to start building for yourselves, a good foundation. Learn about sales. Okay, now that's vitally important when the clients come in for you to do their hair as a student, for you to style their hair as a student. You want to, or shampoo their hair, since we're talking about shampoos. You want to ensure that you know about your product. Do not, and I recommend, do not attend cosmetology school and just coast along, just ebbing the hours away, and you just can't wait till it's time to go to state board and you'll be done. Learn as much as possible, students. It is vitally important. Learn about sales, because that's going to be one of the key money makers for you when you graduate as a cosmetologist. Learning about the product, and you do not want to know, you do not want the client to know more about the product than you do when they ask you a question. You want to be knowledgeable. You want to have full understanding and wisdom about what you're doing and what you're talking about and about this particular product. So that is a tip. Learn about the product that you're using, why you're using it, what is the purpose for this particular product. First, know what the hair type is, what's going on with the client's hair. You want to ensure you have a good assessment of the client's hair, get them to talk to you, share with you about what they're doing with their hair, the type of water that they have, whether it's well water, city water, filtered water, and so forth and so on, so you know how to better treat their hair. So the reason why I'm emphasizing that is because on the hair shaft there are cuticles. When the hair is not wet, it's not as porous or non-porous, but when the hair is wet, that's when the cuticle, call them, for lack of a better term, cuticle scales fan out like fish scales. They fan out on that cuticle, on that hair shaft when it's wet. It's moisturized, so the cuticle's open. This is a prime time to add conditioners after the shampoo to hydrate that hair before the cuticles close back, sealing that particular product or emollient that you use to moisturize the hair. But when it concerns shampoos, when it concerns all of that, you need to know, be knowledgeable of why you're using this shampoo, because when you're knowledgeable, that makes the client even more confident in you regarding taking care of their hair care needs. All right, I spent too much time on that. Learn about sales, okay? Now, when it concerns managing hair, that's part of the shampoo process. You want to first get an assessment of the hair. You use a comb to just get a brief visual of what's going on with the person's hair, the client's hair, what the scalp looks like. I've had situations occur before I even did the shampoo. Yeah, I'm being transparent here, people, okay? I draped the client, had the towel, the draping cape, the shampoo cape that is, and just ready to go, and just, walked them to the shampoo bowl and started shampooing their hair. And when I went to look down, I saw a lot of pink. I like, now wait a minute now, this shampoo that I'm using doesn't have any pink colorants in it or anything like that in it. And I shampooed and it just kept getting pink, 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 and it started moving toward the red side. So I was too late doing an assessment. I didn't have gloves on, and came to find out in discovery the client's scalp was bleeding. I wasn't using my nails. Please don't use your nails, students, when you're shampooing hair. Do not use your nails. Keep your nails at a minimum, but we'll get to that in another video. The client's hair was bleeding. She had sores in it, and she wasn't saying ouch or moving around in discomfort or showing signs in her body language that her scalp was hurting. None whatsoever. But when I saw that pink, when it's supposed to be white suds, I saw pink suds, then eventually red. And but I shared that with you to emphasize the point. Do a safety check or self-check when it concerns the client's hair. Look at the scalp, make sure it's not bleeding, make sure there's nothing going on, like any type of a wingworm or lice, or when you're in the cosmetology arena, you'll come across a lot of different things. So you want to be aware, and you want to know, as the professional, being professional, how to handle it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about pH balance shampoos. pH balanced shampoos, especially for color treated hair, is vitally important. pH balanced shampoos, hair tend to like a pH of 4.5 to 5.5, thereabout. You want to make sure that you use a good pH balanced shampoo when you're using color treated hair, because it helps to keep the hair from becoming too brittle, and it helps to first of all balance the hair pH, because so much has happened to that particular hair shaft and the cuticles and everything that's going on when it concerns coloring or highlighting hair. That will help to normalize the hair. Now, here's a question for you. Now, don't look it up on your phone. Pay close attention. When you hear the pH of 4.4 or 4.5 or 5 or 5.5 or whatever the scale is that you're using, this is the pH scale, so it's in increments of just one number, like 4 or 5. So the pH scale of 4, the number 4 on the pH scale, is that alkaline or is it acidic? Okay, all right, very good. It is acidic. Anything below 6.9, anything below 7, I should say, because 7 is neutral. That's water, a pH that we drink out of the faucet or whatnot. Anything towards the, anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above 7 is what? It is alkaline. Okay, there has to be a balance, even in hair. When you hear about the pH scale, it doesn't necessarily talk about lotions, household supplies, food. Everything has a pH, and you need to know what that pH in the shampoo that you're using, so it'll be beneficial to your client's hair. So many shampoos add citric, lactic, and phosphoric acid to their products to help it to be more manageable, because these particular catalysts that are added to the product helps the hair be more manageable. It prevents excessive dryness and hair damage during the cleansing process. So you want to ensure that you use a good pH balanced shampoo, and be sure to do your research. Now, remember, this is a highlight video. Get in it, lock in, find out what you need to learn even more from your side of things to become a person of excellence in the area of cosmetology. All right, conditioning shampoos. Now, when you hear the word condition, that's just what it is. It's a moisturizing shampoo. A moisturizing shampoo is across many different type of spectrums. It's just like the hair, the clients that come in, they have many different beautiful backgrounds and ethnicities. And do not limit yourself to just doing Caucasian hair, Hispanic hair, African American hair. You want to be the type of student and professional when you graduate, to where you are excellent at what you do. Any type of person that comes into the salon, you're not trying to avoid them so the next person can pick them up. I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. You want to be the student of excellence and receive every last client that you can, every nationality, every beautiful ethnicity. You want to ensure, and I emphasize to you again, you want to ensure that you're receiving those clients, because that's going to help you to become a better you when it concerns cosmetology, learning about the art of cosmetology and the different hair types and the type of products to use on that hair. So don't run, receive, okay? You stand, you receive, you be open, you be welcoming, and you learn about that hair type. But there are different type of hair moisturizing shampoos for hair types. The Caucasian hair, is totally different from African American hair. So you need to know what type of shampoos and conditioners, and we'll get to that in another video, to use. But there are different type of shampoos. Now, we talk about the anionic, the cationic. We talk about that as well when it concerns the cleansing process of hair. But when it concerns the hair spectrums, you want to utilize the right type of shampoo, because when you strip hair with certain shampoos, like if you use like a product that is basically designed for Caucasian hair, formulated that is, it will really cause those cuticles to go haywire on African American hair. Okay, I got a lot of things that I want to share with you, and you're going to be learning from this particular channel. Please believe my personal experiences. I just had a flash of many different ways that I can take this particular lesson today, but I'm going to keep it, focused on shampoos. So you want to ensure that you're utilizing the right type of shampoo for the hair structure, the hair types that of your client that is in your chair. So that's conditioning shampoos. So conditioning shampoos help the hair to appear smooth and shiny, and to improve the manageability of hair. Lord have mercy. I've had to do shampoos on clients inside of medical facilities, and even clients in the salon. And I digress a little bit. I got to get these stories out as they come my way before this particular broadcast close. And I mean matted, not knotted. I mean tighter than a fist. And conditioning shampoos, when you go inside of these medical facilities, nursing homes, hospitals, and so forth and so on, you want to ensure that you use a moisturizing shampoo, because that's going to help loosen those that tangled hair, and a lot of it you cannot save because it's just so bad. But as a professional, you'll learn how to deal with that, and I'm going to teach you. But it helps the hair to become manageable. Protein and biotin are two examples, of the conditioning agents that boost these shampoos. Protein and biotin, they're excellent products. You can go in, you can order online, or go inside of stores. I like shopping at Walmart, places like that. And you can find these products to use separately, especially biotin. It is really good when it concerns a conditioning agent to restore the moisture and elasticity of the hair. All right, medicated shampoos. Medicated shampoos relates to the example that I gave you earlier about the client that I was shampooing her hair, and I started seeing pink suds, and all of us, even more shampooing was red suds. But it didn't take long to get the red. Okay, and so it's like neutralizing shampoos. I was like, I didn't use a neutralizing shampoo because neutralizing shampoos has a color indicator of pink. Some neutralizing shampoos, and the more I shampooed, I said, well, I'll just give her a good scalp massage and shampoo it, and it got to the point of red. Anyway, with the medicated shampoos are really good for hair condition. Now, you're not a doctor, you're not a physician. But you can recommend and suggest. But as a professional, even as a student now, learn what you need to learn regarding how to use medicated shampoos. Medicated shampoos have special ingredients that are effective at reducing dandruff. That's scalp buildup. You don't want to be offensive when it concerns the type of language you use when you're speaking to your customer or your client. You don't want to be offensive. You don't want to be an offensive stylist, okay? You don't want to be offensive anything for that matter. You want to use your words with tact, being professional, knowing how to get the point across without your words being damaging and offensive. But it's to help alleviate and relieve scalp conditions, medicated shampoos. Some shampoos can be prescribed by a physician. If you notice this situation that's going on with a client's scalp, you can ask them, well, has a physician prescribe any type of special shampoos for your hair, for your scalp, regarding the condition that you're having? That client will open up may not open up, but may open up and say, well, yes, they're using this. And some clients will bring in their own shampoo in their special situations to where they would need to use their own shampoo inside of your salon. But the price remain the same. Whatever you're charging, you can adjust accordingly. All right, now medicated shampoos can be quite strong, especially if the hair is colored or color treated or lighted hair. And yeah, medicated shampoos is recommended to be used as directed, and that shampoo may be left on the hair longer than usual. To help, treat what it needs to treat on that client's hair. Clarifying shampoos. Clarifying shampoo contains active chelating agents. That means stripping agents to help cleanse that hair, get all the dirt deposits, and it cleanses the hair. Okay. But the chelating agents that binds to metals, sometimes you'll be amazed that one comes through the faucet, the water that's in your home. There are many different type of minerals and metals, and and all these different type of things that can get deposited into the hair, such as iron and copper. Those are really big. It removes them from the hair, as well as the equalizing agent that enriches the hair to help retain moisture. So clarifying shampoos has many different facets of use, many different areas that it can be used regarding what it does to get those mineral deposits such as iron and copper out of the hair. It should be used, clarifying shampoos that is, should be used when a buildup is evident, and you will be able to feel it, not necessarily. And also, you get a visual, but even more when it concerns the touch of the person's hair. If they are swimmers or athletes that's in swimming pools all the time, or non-athletes, you'll be able to see the buildup visually, not microscopically, but you'll be able to tell the more you grow in cosmetology and the clients and so forth and so on. You'll be able to get to the point where you can see hair build up, and you can tell that it's dirty before you even touch it, and you'll be able to utilize the right clarifying shampoo to help cleanse the hair. All right. It's recommended that you use clarifying shampoos and closing of clarifying shampoos in this particular at this particular point. Use it either after swimming or any type of chemical service, and so forth and so on. All right, balancing shampoo. We're at balancing shampoo. Balancing shampoo is for oily hair and oily scalp. That's where a lot of debris, scalp debris from the sebaceous glands that's on the scalp, that pushes forth the oils, and a lot of it is about the body chemistry of your client. A lot of sebaceous glands are really overly active, and it does push a lot of oils through the skin. The different type of clients that you will have that have overly active sebaceous glands, or that would show that they need to use a balancing. You would need to use a balancing shampoo on their hair. Balancing shampoos will wash away oiliness. It helps to bind and get rid of the oil, excessive oil that's in the client's hair, preventing the hair from drying out, while preventing the hair from drying out. All right, dry shampoos, sometimes in the state of the client's health, whether they're in a medical facility, as aforementioned, a nursing home, or wherever, or even in the inside of their home. Caregivers, you can learn how to use a dry shampoo, and I will teach you how to do that in another video. Just keep watching. If you're interested in seeing that, just let me know. That's some feedback that I want to get from you. If you want to see how to use these different type of shampoos, and I'm open to help you learn, and just let me know. Give me some feedback. Dry shampoo, the person is in a incapacitated state and not able to shampoo their own hair, which make the wet shampoos uncomfortable and not even conducive to when it concerns their healing. You don't want them to get colds by wetting the hair. You just can't do that. They're not able to get over. They're not able to allow you to drape them and put them over a sink to wet their hair, because they may be bed ridden or incapacitated in such a way to where they're not able to lean over a sink. When I say lean over, I mean sit back, lean back over a sink to properly shampoo their hair. Elderly clients may not be incapacitated. They may just not be able to bend due to bone constrictions in the neck and in the spine. So that's something to consider. It causes discomfort and pressure. That's how you adjust to know whether you need to use a wet shampoo or a dry shampoo. So it cleanses the hair without the use of soap and water or shampoo and water. Soap can be very harsh. The powder picks up dirt and oils as you brush and comb through the hair. So you will need a brush and you also need a comb, okay, to pull through the hair as you're shampooing with the dry shampoo. Now, it also, with this particular product, a dry shampoo adds volume to the hair. So that's one of the benefits of using a dry shampoo and with the use of a brush and a comb. Follow the manufacturer's instruction. That's vitally important. Never give a dry shampoo before performing a chemical service. Why? Can you tell me why? Why you're not supposed to use a dry shampoo, a brush, comb before chemical service? Because it will set that person's hair on fire. As soon as that chemical hits that scalp, that client is going to jump and they're going to run and tell you, get this off of my hair, get it off of it now. And you're going to be rushing and spraying water everywhere, trying to cool that person's hair off, that client's hair down, that scalp down, because you just agitated that scalp and you made open wounds per se on that scalp and your scalp abrasions. And now you got a situation. So keep that in mind. Color enhancing shampoos. Color enhancing shampoos is created by combining surfactants, base and basic color, and with basic color pigment. It's like a kind of similar to a temporary color that a person, or rinse that a person has in their hair. Is attracted to the porous hair, and as a result, the slight color changes that are removed with plain shampooing. So it's a color enhancing shampoo, and it helps that color to remain in the hair and not strip it as much as a clarifying shampoo would. Color shampoos are used to brighten and add a slight hint of color to the hair. There it goes again. As aforementioned, that it does help to maintain deposit color and also maintain the person's color that's in their hair if they're using a rinse. When it concerns all of these different type of shampoos, learn more about them is vitally important because it helps you to become a student of excellence. And when you graduate from being a student of excellence, it helps you to become a beauty professional of excellence, a cosmetologist of excellence. Now, we're going to get into another segment when it concerns, well, I'll do it right now before I close. Shampooing for hair pieces and wigs. That means hair units, women. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go into all the details. There's a certain way that you shampoo hair units to help keep the manageability strong. And I get into a more extensive video later actually showing you visually, a visual demonstration of that. When it concerns shampoo for hair pieces and wigs. A lot of people don't like saying wigs, but that's why I said hair unit. You can prepare the wig. Cleaning solution is available for hair piece enhancements. and so forth and so on. But I just wanted to touch bases with you briefly about that as a highlight of what to expect in the future. All right, that concludes this particular broadcast. This probably has been longer than what is necessary, but nevertheless, thank you for your patience and your time, and keep watching because there's so much more in store. Continue the excellence in all that you do. See you next time.